this is before. Feel pretty comfortable with it. Um, Again, I wouldn't mind another negate. Not sold on the spell pierce. Don't really understand the curators, but other than that, I really like the list. Um, think it's a little weaker than Blue White Approach versus Lost Legacy decks, but like not really favored versus a lot of Lost Legacy decks to begin with either of them. But this is quickly becoming my favorite deck in the format to play. I'm starting to enjoy it even more than Blue White Approach, and I actually think it's stronger than Blue White Approach. We'll very likely play some kind of Teamer, 4-color, or like Teamer with black list tomorrow. Possibly Jabber's list. And I can't stop yawning. Anyway, we'll play first. Hey, we played versus this person the other day. If I'm not mistaken, they browned us pretty hard. I don't actually. Somebody asked me the other day where the term brown comes from, like browning you hard or whatever. I have no idea. I don't know why I say it. I heard it somewhere. Don't know really if it has reference to anything, so if it's offensive in any manner, I apologize. Oh, so it looks like they're mono red, which, as we've stated, is an absurdly hard match. And our draw's pretty bad too. I guess we'll keep a Renewed Fate. And we'll pray to the heavens that there's not going to be a 3/3 Dino coming out. Because if they are, we're pretty sad. Especially without the land. Of course. Literal best possible. Why not? And will we hit our land? Well, we hit a land, so I guess we get to continue playing. If we didn't hit a land, we pretty well lose right there. So we're going to cast out this and then start doing this stuff. But we're already very far behind. Hey George, what's up, man? So we have to like fade Hazards and fade. Huh. And fade Chandras at this point? Kinda sucks. So we're pretty low life total here. We gotta keep our land. You're tired, but you just woke up again. Well. Sounds not great. Would love to get something that cycles for 1 here. Would just love to. We did not. You going to the Invitational? Because dying's not a good thing to do. I highly suggest trying to not die most days of the week. Farmlands to the graveyard? Probably not. I think we want the lands. Hopefully we'll get to settle something nice here. Another Earthshaker Kenra. He probably won't attack with a Maul, which is nice. Kind of want to go, but it's a modern open, so definitely not going to go. If it was a standard open, I would consider it. So we're still at 10 life here. We've already put one Abandoned Sarcophagus on the bottom of our library, though, which is pretty unfortunate. Hey, Flame Guts, what's up, man? Hope you're having a great day. Well, first of all, that is factually incorrect. It is the worst format that was ever a format. Which isn't actually true. This standard might be the worst format that was ever a format, but like modern still so beyond unplayable that it doesn't matter. Whoever does well at modern will be the guy who got lucky and got paired correctly the most throughout the day. I think it's just true. I didn't design the formats. But when your matchups matter as much as the skill, it's pretty saddening. Probably gonna put nearly anything they are in the graveyard here just to flip that. I could have cycled that during my upkeep to flip it, but I don't really want to cycle that during my upkeep, so. Just want to try to get the game over with now as quickly as we can because we're at a pretty low life. Would love to hit a Renewed Fate. We are lethal next turn though, so. So basically we just have to survive this turn. So a lot of different things kill us. That's probably not one of them. Honestly, I don't think there's a lot they can do. Which is unfortunate. I don't think they can do a whole lot about it. Like, if they just ban Rogue Refiner or ban Attune, which is like probably what they have to do, then like the Hazoret decks will just be so overpowered that they rule the format to basically the same degree, I think. So if he's got a couple removal spells, this isn't great. But if he doesn't, I think like they print sets so far in advance that like they can't really print cards to handle it. So they only can handle it with bans, but like I think the format is at a point to where like even if you just try to handle it with bans, that like basically I think they increased the power curve of cards so badly that bans alone doesn't really do anything. Because like if you just ban one card, the next deck's going to be that much popular or that popular in standard, I think. Like none of the control decks can really contend with Hazoret, and that's what really holds Hazoret decks down. Or sorry, that's what holds the control decks down. So like if you ban the energy cards, like the control decks still don't just live or still gone. Or they're still not just, they don't become tier 1 or anything. It's still just Hazoret decks and whatever mid-range deck is built to beat Hazoret decks. I don't think unbans do anything either. I don't think there's anything you can unban that does anything. They probably need to ban a Tune from Ether though, at the minimum. Anyway, so sideboarding versus red decks, you basically sideboard out the slow blue cards. And you pretty much bring in all the white cards, though there's a good argument that we should be playing the 2-3 instead of the Regal Caracal. Also kind of like this card, but I don't really know what I want to bring out for it. Sorry. I think it's enough. I think it's good enough that I want it, but I don't really know what I don't want. In general, I think Search for Azcanta is a little too slow, so maybe we'll take one of those out and try it. I don't really want to take out any more Cyclers. I think I can keep one of these just in case the game goes super late. God, I got hiccup. Sorry. I apologize, guys. It sounds like you're just trying to make Mardu Vehicles the best deck, Flame. I apologize if I'm muting a lot right now. I've got bad hiccups. I didn't forget to unmute. I'm still dealing with the hiccups. I'm about to die. Like I'm sitting here like chugging water and holding my breath, and it's not working. I'm sorry, guys. Well, opponent had a great draw. This is why the red deck's so powerful. I guess I have to Renewed Fate and gain 6. Well, we have basically no out now. We drew 0 of our 7 wraths that game. I'm just going to run it back, sideboard it the exact same. Be right back, guys. I think they're going now. Beaumont's the best card versus us. We've drawn none of our authorities in game 2 or 3. Guess I could have cycled the hieroglyph and looked for one. Probably the correct play. I probably messed up there. I think I would ban Rogue Refiner, Attune, and Hazoret. That's what I think I would do. Guess we'll cycle this one. Alright, ended up not mattering. I wonder if I'm just supposed to use this to gain 6 life. Our hand's pretty good. I think gaining 6 life might be the better option here. We really need him to attack with this. We now need him to attack with that considerably less. Alright, so they only have 1 card in their hand, so that means they're going to use the Beaumont here? So they still get 4 more cards though, so they're in a hell of a good spot. Especially considering we've not even found our engine of the Drakehaven yet. We do get to play a Caracal, which is kind of nice. And we do have a backup for a Hazoret and a Chandra, and or Casey just has a big board. I don't think we're a favorite at all at this point. Him having to discard another dinosaur is pretty nice. I didn't want to take the 2 damage. I didn't want to take this 2 damage. I have enough life to play with that maybe it's okay to take it, but the reason I did that was I didn't want to take this 2 damage. don't know. Opponent must have drew really bad or something because like he's paused now and now he's disconnected. No, he's back. Yeah, I mean, I could have been wrong there. He left all this burn in though. I don't know. Hey, now what's up, man? Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of this deck in general. I think it's real fun. We're versus a pretty hard match right now, but in general, I still think the deck's pretty fun. So we kind of just hope he didn't hit a Chandra. like crossing our fingers right now and saying, no Chandra, no Chandra, no Chandra. Don't care about that. We have this. Just like keep chanting no Chandra. If he uses some cards or whatever to make this be able to block, we'll just use the cast out. And considering he didn't do anything to make it be able to block, we're just going to slam this and keep applying pressure. Don't mind if we take one hit, but I'd say we've won this game at this point. I'd be pretty impressed if we haven't. Specifically because of the cast out in our hand is why I would be so impressed. Glorybringer would still suck. So whatever cards are in his hand, he likes. Second Drakehaven's not bad. We're not letting him block. Alright, 2-0. We got past the red deck. Pretty hard matches. We finally drew a sideboard card. It's technically one of these could have been a sideboard card. We brought one of them in. By the way, make sure if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing to click that follow button and to follow the links below. But yeah, sorry about having to mute so much during that round one. I had the hiccups so bad. Or sorry, that last game. I had the hiccups so bad. Yeah, I would honestly probably ban Rogue Refiner, Attune, and Hazoret, and then just try to figure out, let the format fall where it falls. I think the energy decks are way too strong. Specifically the Temur energy deck. I think the Sultai energy deck's a little bit better versus like the red decks, and a little bit better versus the Glacial Fortress decks. This hand's a keep. But I believe it's enough worse versus Temur that it's not particularly good, and I think it's only slightly better versus those decks, because like I think stock Temur beats the red deck as well, and only a slight dog to the Glacial Fortress decks. That's another red deck. Fun times. Fun times. I have a reasonable hand, but it's like very slow. Hopefully they don't have a great 2-drop. Doesn't seem to be working. Could be broke, not sure. It's kind of interesting. I guess we're not casting anything because we really want to be able to settle, so I want to be able to look for lands. Is it even in here? Let's check and see if it's even in here. Maybe I need to tell it to come back or something. No, it's here. It must just not be working. Don't like playing versus all these red decks. Yesterday we played versus non-stop other Glacial Fortress decks. I kinda don't even want to settle the Wreckage Helm now. He missed the land drop. Makes me wish we played the Drakehaven. Probably should have cycled the cast out first too, because this had more value. Keeping a cast out for like a Chandra or a Hazoret's not terrible. Well, don't know why we have this weird pause going on right now. Maybe he's going to DC too. Okay. So down to 12, back to 14. And we didn't hit the land. We did hit the land. So that's nice. So I don't want to take this 4 damage, so I guess we're going to settle and I'm going to be pretty sad about it. I gotta keep forgetting I have to actually let that one go in the stack first. Really want to draw an untapped land next turn. It's like pretty important, that way we can play this and cycle this. Well, cycle this for value. I mean, technically we can cycle it regardless, but... Nice. Alright, so we're set up to be able to hopefully compete now. We're one more land away from being able to just jam the Sarcophagus and gain 6 life if we need to as well. That's really unfortunate. Probably will have some kind of removal spell for this. Or that. I don't know how you have room for both of these in your deck without cutting something that's very relevant. Would love to untap and draw Fumigate or a land, either one. That is literal neither of those things. So I kind of need this for this, which puts me in a bad way. I also need to land. Pretty sure we're just going to get crushed this game. I have no idea what you're saying. So we need to draw a Fumigate. I would rate it as fairly important. Hey, Flame Guts, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Why would you? It's just weird. Ended up dealing 0 damage to me when you could have done some number of damage to me. And there's a Hazoret. So now we need another sarcophagus? Or not another sarcophagus, but another settled wreckage. Well, we missed a land again, so that's pretty bad. Guess we're just dead if we don't hit it, really. So we could wait and play this and block this, and we'd still take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with him discarding. Pretty sure we're just dead if we do that. Alright, we're just going to pass then. So I have 1 draw to draw one of our 2 settled wreckages. So we don't have very high odds. Well, if that's what he's doing, that gives us outs. I guess I could have played the second Drakehaven if he wasn't going to attack with them all. So we take no damage this turn? Mind blown. Alright, so I guess we just play one of these and gain 6 life next turn. He can deal 6 damage back to us, but that's fine. If we get through this turn, we can cast out the other one. We got a pretty high life total, too. So he discarded a Beaumont Courier. I value that Beaumont Courier pretty high here, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, another Rampager? So that one's pretty good for him. We're going to take 6 damage here. I mean, we're still not in great shape. There's another Drakehaven. I guess we have to cast out the Hazoret and then hope that we can fumigate on the following turn. Well, we got to play everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we should have died a while back too, but we still could die. I mean, we're literally at 3 life. Hopefully it's just a random creature and not a lightning strike off the top. It's a bloody lightning strike off the top of the deck. How can he misplay that many turns in a row and then top deck? That's frustrating. Well, we almost stabilized. We needed like 2 more turns. Oh, that's a tilt, guys. I'm gonna get a little salty about that. We'll make the same sideboarding that we did. We'll like take out the slower blue cards and bring in all the white cards. We shouldn't even have got those turns though. Like he made a lot of weird plays. I don't think I could have done anything differently. Maybe the one turn I could have played a second Drakehaven and brought back 2 Drakes, but like it depended on what his hand was. He should have just attacked with everything that turn anyway. I don't really think you can really play around settles like that. Anyway, I think missing that land drop's what really got us. We have our best card in this hand, and we have a Wrath. A couple of ways to try to get some lands. Surprisingly, I don't actually like this hand very much. Yeah, it's obviously fine. We even have a Censor to counterspell something on too. Which is actually very relevant. If I don't like this hand, I'm probably just insane. Yeah, I'm probably just insane. This hand's pretty good. So I would censor anything that I can actually censor at this point, since I plan on just slamming the Drakehaven next turn. That's unfortunate. We have our engine on. What sucks about this is we still don't have the second white mana. If he's got a Dino, it makes the Drakes themselves kind of bad. And we have to hit a land as well right now. I guess we'll make one Drake. Really just looking for a land. Of course, no land. Our kingdom for a land, friends. That is in fact a land. Feeling much more confident about the hand now that we actually have drawn the next land. Probably just kills the Drake here. So I guess we'll take another one. And hope to block something. No, another burn spell? Sure. I guess we're just going to probably die again then. Did hit the land though. So they kind of have to do it with burn spells, since we gain so much life anytime they play a creature at this point. That's weird. He's just like giving me a bunch of life. I don't get casting that card. Yeah, well, we're still at 7. Like I said, he's really probably going to take on burn spells at this point. By the way, how good would this card be if we got to gain life? So we're at 5. It's pretty easy for him to beat us. All he needs is one lightning strike and a land. He apparently does not have one lightning strike and a land. Yeah. We'll just sit back and do nothing then, while we gain life. We should have lethal this next turn. Through most things. Assuming that prompts a concession. Yeah, prompts a concession. It's a good thing that was enough, because we certainly wasn't getting anything else. I don't understand why people don't sideboard out shocks and stuff. Like, I don't think this card is good in this match. Alright, do we want to change anything going into the next game? Why, yes we do. Why in the hell is this still on my deck? Well, that was a mistake. Apparently, when I was dragging, I thought I'd highlighted them all and drug them, and I didn't double check. So, whoopsie. I don't think I'm changing anything else though. I think these cards are okay. I'm going to try them on to play someday before I ever try them on to draw, but I think they're okay. I think the key to winning this match is really just having a turn one of these and hitting our land drops. So this hand's pretty good. Hey Dumbo, how you doing today, man? No Beaumont, please. Sweet, not a Beaumont. Need to hit a few lands in a row. Probably going to need to settle on 4. Generally need to settle on 4. $40's a nice little hit though. It's been pretty decent. It's still weak versus red decks, and it still has the problem versus Lost Legacy, but feels like it's a little bit better versus Teamer. Being a little bit better versus Teamers seems pretty darn good. Missed a land drop again. Could just play another one of those, but it doesn't really deal with what's on the board. So I think we'll do this instead then. And next turn, if we hit the land, look to do this. If we don't hit the land, look to potentially do like one of these. Hopefully we'll just hit the land and not have to worry about it. We did not hit the land. Kind of don't want to play that right now because we don't get the block if we do. But I really want to hit the land this turn. So he's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage in play. Could just Renewed Fate, I guess, and not use the Drakehaven. Doesn't seem like it helps a whole lot, though. Land? Not a land. Bad times. Land again? Alright, we hit a land that time. So that means I guess we get to continue playing. Yeah, I think we get to continue playing. Just going to gain 2 life with the Renewed Fate, I think. Maybe not. Depends on if he plays anything else. Because this is just 8 damage, so there's nothing he can play that we care about here. Untap and hope to draw a land, I guess. Might be the best thing we can do. It could be the best thing we can do. But we hit a land. Wasn't really what we meant when we said that, though. So now if he doesn't attack with the Maul, we can just cast a Renewed Fate to gain 6. If he attacks with a Maul, he's obviously getting settled. If he attacks with even most of them, he's getting settled. So next turn we can play another 40 of the Council if we want. We cannot gain 6 life. Alright, well. Looks like we know what we're using our cast out on. Hopefully he doesn't have a second dino. Three of 40s, 2 games in a row. That's a Hazoret, but we gain 3 life at least. Untapped land would have been nice there. We did not get the untapped land. Guess we just have to pass then. And hope that we can block. We're in pretty rough shape right now, though. So anything he plays here would gain us a bunch of life. Sure. Hey, thank you, Tiffany, for the auto host. Appreciate it. Sure. So I guess technically... I mean, okay. So, cycle this thing. Yes for a blocker. Yes for the gain 2. And hopefully we draw another cycler. Wow, we drew the best cycler, to be honest. I like how we drew the best cycler and it's not going to be a cycler. It's going to be to get that Hazoret the heck out of here. So now we're just kind of hoping to fade a Chandra more than anything. Every time I say fade a Chandra, by the way, they usually instantly cast Chandra. They did not instantly cast it this game, though, so that's kind of nice. The 4 for 40. He didn't throw whatever that card was at us. And now he's choosing not to attack. So he's just going to beat us by dealing damage to us? I mean, it'll work. Unless we draw another Renewed Fate, and then it's pretty bad for him. Or an Abandoned Sarcophagus or something. He's not going to attack now, is he? So if he attacks now, I'm going to be rather... think it's rather weird. Alright, so we died. We drew all 4 authorities and we still died. That's a little disappointing. We did draw pretty medium, though. Like, we missed a lot of land drops that game, which were fairly relevant. We kind of like flooded on Drake Havens. Like, we drew more as many Drake Havens as we did cards with even the word cycling on them. Well, that's not true. I mean, we have the cast outs. Just didn't draw anything that really mattered. We have the 7 life gainers, but we didn't draw them. Oh well, happens. It's a hard match. We beat it last round. But that's one of the reasons that like blue-white approach isn't a tier 1 deck. It doesn't beat these decks. And like the Drakehaven deck's a little bit better versus them, and as you can see, like it doesn't clearly beat them either. Alright, so we're currently 2-1, hoping to knock off at least one of the next 2 rounds. Starting by winning the dice roll is always fun. And we'll snap keep this, and we'll chant in the back of our mind, no red deck, no red deck, no red deck. I really just want to play versus some kind of like teamer deck. That's what I really want to test versus. Surprisingly, not been getting paired versus much teamer. Even though it's the by far and away best deck. People seem to not care that it's the best deck anymore. And this is not teamer. Guess it's close enough, but like, it's not what I wanted. Probably cast Censor on any 2-drop he plays, just because. Certainly cast Censor on his best 2-drop. His best 2-drop's probably Glint. I'll kind of be shocked if we lose when we play turn 3 Drakehaven versus any of these like Sultai decks. If it's Pummeler or something, that'd be like the one case where like I feel like maybe I can still lose. Just gonna play this. Or if I like, you know, obviously draw very poorly. If I don't draw any cyclers, we can still lose. That's fun. Just go ahead and pass back here. There's some chance that I just cast Settled Wreckage, but probably not much. Pretty much just going to cast a Renewed Fate and double Drake here. And try to block the Glint Siphoner with both. And if he's got a couple of spells to save it, he's got a couple of spells to save it. We're not that worried about it. Always yes to trigger, always yield to trigger. Well, that's unfortunate. Again, not super worried about anything like that. Missing our land drop did suck last turn, though. Would care more about things like that if we didn't actually have a Settle to Wreckage in our hand. The Settle to Wreckage gives us, like, you know, the no fear in our eyes or whatever. Have we drawn a Fumigate tonight? I think there's 3 in the deck. Could get 3 Drakes, but I'd rather just go ahead and cast Settle here. Like, he's just drawing too many cards in general. I actually don't feel real good about this game state anymore either. Went from feeling real good to not feeling great pretty quickly. Feel like medium now. Don't care about that card at all. I guess I can care about it. If that's his best play, I might as well get rid of it, right? He didn't even leave up mana for it. If he'd left up a green mana, I wouldn't have bothered to do that. I would have just made a bunch of Drakes. Rip my Drake. He left a bunch of mana up this time, so we're just going to let him have the extra card, and we're going to make 4 Drakes. I care less about this guy, so start with cycling it. I actually love this deck, D2. Think it's real fun and pretty good. I think it is real fun and pretty good. Blocking it with all of them because he could have like some like Fatal Push and or Blossoming Defense shenanigans to try to keep him alive. It is a little clicky to play on Moto. Don't have a second Walking Ballista. That would be sad times. Especially if we don't draw our spell. It's like the literally only thing we can lose to is a second Walking Ballista. And he has it. Guess we'll cycle this main phase. Maybe we hit like a Fumigate or whatever. So you can give it +4 to make it 9 to put us at an effective 2. He just has another Walking Ballista? Wow, we can't beat that, can we? So when he gets that, he's going to have a 5 and a 4. 5 and 4 doesn't kill us. Why would he have not just put 2 more counters on it? And try to make it a 6 and a 4. So this just comes into play of 5 counters, right? And it does 10 damage? 10 damage doesn't kill me. Why would you not have put the other counter on it? I find that so awkward. I guess he has a removal spell? It's the only thing that really makes sense? I guess nothing makes sense. I don't understand that at all. Like how I also told that to auto yield and it did not auto yield. So he can do 10 to us with that. So we have to hit something pretty good or we're kind of like dead here. Oh, we're just dead, I guess. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12 total? Is that right? We're going to take 12 total if he wants. Alright, so we need to draw like a Fumigate or something? Yeah, well, we start by attacking him. That's the easiest part. 3 Walking Ballistas in a match that Walking Ballista's terrible in, and it's going to beat us. Yeah, well, let's start with this. Maybe we'll hit something. I guess any amount of whatever little tokens we get doesn't really matter a whole lot. Because he can just kill us with these. So I guess we'll just make 1. Just in case we hit the Fumigate to gain extra life. Alright. 1 more redraw for it. Didn't get it. Let's see if I messed up. Let's see if that making that 1 token killed us. It did not. It affected nothing. Alright, well I feel like we got incredibly unlucky there. I'm actually kind of discouraged that we got that unlucky. I think opponent also played pretty medium, but whatever. So I don't really like bringing these in these matches. Guess he's got Scarab, Rogue, and some random number of counterspells. Maybe that's okay. I don't think this card's very good. I don't actually want this card in the deck. I don't think this card's great either. I do want this card. So, you know, we should pretty much shave one of those. I like this card in this match, but people seem to tell me I'm wrong about that. We'll keep. That seems fine. I like Regal Caracol more than I do Torrential Gearhulk. I just want things that can block. Don't really care about negates. I'm not worried about like trying to counterspell or any of that weird stuff. We're not trying to resolve an 8-mana sorcery, or sorry, a 7-mana sorcery a second time, so like fighting versus their negates doesn't seem relevant, and I'm typically tapping out to play my Fumigate or tapping out to play my Settle. Duress. Well, I don't care about a card in my hand, so. Could have sideboarded out some countervailing winds, I guess. I like it a little bit when I'm on the play, but I probably could have sided it out. But we'll probably counterspell whatever he plays this turn, just because we have it. Very likely just cast out the Cub next turn. And leave him in the rebuilding position. Which feels okay considering we'll have a Search for Azcanta the turn after that. We'll want to go ahead and play this turn though, because he can have Blossoming Defense and or negate and next turn. Not casting Search for Azcanta the second you can cast it always feels real dirty. Like, that card's pretty good. Speaking of pretty good cards. Just casting both of them. Saving the Censor to be able to discard to the Drakehaven. So we have all of our powerful enchantments. We cross our fingers and say, please no slice and twain. I think it kills enchantments. I don't actually know what the card does. There's a Scarab. Here, that's pretty good. Here, that's pretty good too. Guess I shouldn't F6 in case he draws a Duress. That way I can cycle the Censor. I'm gonna be cycling on my upkeep no matter what. To like flip this thing. Actually. Could still lose this game. Look at what big of a board he built out of nowhere. Guess I'm not cycling during my upkeep then? We'll keep that. It gives us a guaranteed Drake. We get to like double block this turn, and then next turn hopefully we'll have hit something. If he drew a removal spell, that's obviously terrible for us. Yeah, well, hopefully he doesn't have a counter spell. If he does, we're dead. Renewed Fate in my graveyard? Probably not. We're not going to flip it because we know we're just trying to cast a Fumigate this turn, so. I could have tried to play around it and like get a Cycler or some weird stuff going on, but yes, we do flip it this time because we'll have extra mana this time. You tend to wait till you can cast what? I generally don't have time to. I'll start with value. What do we got here? We'll take the counterspell, I guess. Oh, they're done. Alright, well, we won game 2. So game 3, do we want to change anything? I still kind of like the cats. I think the cats block particularly well. Not a big fan of Sarcophagus, but maybe having one just to try to draw into late game's fine. What would I take out for this? Maybe a Winds on the draw? Hmm. Search on turn... Oh. I get what you're saying. Alright. I brought in one cat. One cat to rule them all. Cat Scratch Fever. I generally like slamming Search the second I can slam it because I want to get the value out of it and flip it as quickly as possible. We sideboarded out one of these and then we drew like 12. Still think we have to keep this hand. We have enough cyclers that I think the hands... Pretty sure you just have to keep like loose hands with cyclers of this deck. I'm not going to cycle this cast out, so some chance that I cycle the Censor, not a lot of chance. Which is why I chose to play the blue mana instead of the white, but I'm definitely not cycling the cast out. And he got his best card, which is pretty nice. We'll hold up the Censor just to try to hit a Rogue Refiner if that's what he happens to have. And of course it's not. Why would it be? I think I'm just going to play one of these. So it gives us counterspell mana for a random 4-drop, I guess, but very likely just double cycling. I'm not in great shape right now. And can't do anything about that. So if he has a counterspell, we probably lose. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I guess we don't lose if he has a counterspell, but he's certainly in good shape if he has one. Especially if 5 cards in his hand, none of them lands. So you pretty well know this is a counterspell. But hopefully he doesn't have the counterspell for when we untap and play this. Because this is a pretty large hit here. Down to 6. And if he's got a Spell Pierce, we're dead. Could have played the Regal Caracol to not be dead, but that just gives him a chance to play like a negate or something. Like it doesn't let us win, it just lets us play another random turn or whatever. I'd rather play the Caracol next turn when like the board state's not great. His best plays on turns like this are like Rogue Refiner and stuff. And then we can just play the Caracol and be set up pretty good versus a Rogue Refiner. So opponent got mana screwed pretty hard here. If we knew we were going to draw a land, we could actually have cycled the cast out. We don't know that we're going to draw land, so we just won't do that. Don't care if he blocks. Have to kill him at some point anyway. If nothing else, I'm gaining life. Kinda think I just pass here. Also thinking about just casting this. I think I'm going to pass and try to find lands. Like a counterspell and a renewed fate we can play. Like multiple things we can cycle. With the winds, there's like some chance we can just race him as well. We could just wins his play here, gain 6 life, wins his next play. Attack. Feels like we win that race. It's only bad if he has like multiple 2-drops. But like he was already missing plays, so why would he have multiple 2-drops? Yeah, I kind of like this. Guess it could have been bad if he'd drawn a duress as well. So this gives us access to counterspell mana. It puts him at a pretty low life total. While puts us back up to 17, possibly 11 if he attacks. It's kind of more risky what I did, but it feels like it's okay. I guess Vraska's Contempt would suck, but Hostage Taker wouldn't even suck. Yeah, I'm fine with trying to counterspell that. I can't imagine what he's going to play that I care more about that for 2 mana, especially when we have a cast out. Could just like negate this, but we're not worried about really a negate either because this on 2 doesn't do anything. So like that on 2 does nothing but kill a cat. We're not worried about a cat dying? Come on, deck. Give us a land when we make a play like that. That's not a land either. Just attack with both of these now and see what happens. So this game got a lot harder to win now. Land? You're not a land still. Every time I don't get a land, I just want to punch my deck. Because I certainly want to hold up the counterspell. Like, there's several good plays he can make. Holding up the counterspell feels pretty important. I'm not going to, though, I don't think. Need the land too bad. The Search for Azcanta gives us the land. Just not going to block here. The thing that makes this so bad is like Hostage Taker plus Blossoming Defense is a real threat now. Not worried about Scarab God, though. So I'm pretty much certainly flipping this. Because I think it gives me more options. Let's start with this thing. And potentially target the Scarab God here. We have a counter spell that we can like use a sensor on it or whatever. Yeah. Hey, Atrocity, what's up, man? And he's done. I don't know why he conceded on that one. I guess the other card in his hand's real bad, but like, I guess if he has no way to kill this, he can't win. So maybe that's why you concede there. I'm not sure. I mean, still had a lot of gas in our graveyard. But anyway, that gets us a pity chest, and let's see if we can nail the 4-1 now. So we've at least broke even, and that makes us happy. Up to 17 viewers. Big time. I'm gonna eat so much food after this stream, you don't even know. And then my body's gonna turn it to poo. Wonder if we can talk about poo on Twitch. I really like this deck. It's super fun to play. It's a little complicated. I probably don't play it well. Hey, we won the Dastro again. Happy days. What have you been eating on, Al? Is it bad, guys, that I want to keep this? If this came into play untapped, I would definitely keep it. I guess we'll mulligan since it comes into play tapped. Should have kept it. Any time that I have a hard decision, I always choose wrong. Apparently, I think I was right to mulligan it. We had one draw step and one cycle, so just 2 draw steps to hit a land. I don't even think that's 50%. If we'd got the 3rd draw step, we'd keep it. Wheat fins. That sounds like healthy food. Healthy food's not allowed here, man. You're only allowed to be here if you want to look like the Blob. If you want to look like me. I have a nice big deep fried turkey sandwich from Arby's here waiting on me. It's mulligan again. Alright, the hand's playable. Keeping search for Azcanta. They pretend to be healthy, they're delicious. Uh-oh, bad times. So we're already light on land, and versus the majority of, not all, the majority of fetid pool decks, like these cards aren't good. If he like slams a forest over here, we'll be happy, but like most fetid pool decks are not going to slam that forest. Interesting. Alright, so what do we got here? Anything that's not a land goes directly to the graveyard and does not pass go and does not collect $200. Rip. No 3rd land. I think you get a 3rd land in 9, but... Or sorry. Yeah, 9. Duress. None of the cards in our hand matter. Who cares about your Duress, friend? I have no idea when the season starts. None whatsoever. Balzepho got a 2-week ban today for toxicity, though. If you log on the Discord server where we play the ARAMs, it's posted in the general chat what he said. I will not repeat that on stream. So he got rid of the counter spell. I find that odd. I think that was the by far worst card in this hand. So what do we got here? Yes, you're not a land. Get in my graveyard, friend. You're also not a land. You're also not a land. Alright. This is his brand new account, and that's the first ban he's ever got on it. It's like the first chat restriction or anything he's ever had on. This is his brand new account. Yes, fumigate to the graveyard. Yes, we'll transform you. Hey, we hit a land. Alright. Yeah, so we have some chances still. That's what I'm talking about, folks. We ain't dead yet. We're pretty dead if he has Scarab, but we ain't dead yet. But I'll let him know what you said. So you drew another Duress. That's unfortunate. Mulligan twice and missed our third land drop. You know, not going to win a lot of games like that. Phil, don't know which one he'll take. I think it depends on what's in his hand. Wonder what his blue cards are for. So he took the Settle. Yeah, so we're probably just dead, because there's very little chance that he doesn't have a removal spell in his hand. So he's probably going to deal 6 to us, but we have some chance to draw another 1-mana cycler and still be alive. Yeah, big money one time. You can do it, deck. Cycle. Why, yes. And there's at least the one removal spell that we guessed. And we're dead. Well, that was fun. Alright, cards that we want. I definitely want these. Don't know about these. Don't think I want these. Didn't see anything I wanted to counterspell, so I don't actually think I want these either. So took out 6 cyclers? Is that too many to take out? Do I want these? Not actually sure. Don't know what he's playing, so just run it back like this. That black splash is probably for Scarab. It could have just, or sorry, the blue splash. Maybe I want one of these. Taking out 6 cycling cards seems like too many. Bring you in. You can at least block. Meh. Still think I'm fine with it. We have a bunch of cyclers still. We still have, you know, the 16 plus the lands. So 20, a third of the deck. I think versus any aggressive deck too, the package of 3 Fumigates, 4 Settles, and 2 Torrential Gearhulks are pretty good, especially if they don't have the possibility of a Braid. This card actually seemed okay in this match. Maybe I should rethink that. It can like block a lot. Kind of want to get rid of the search too. Yeah, we'll try it. They didn't seem particularly fast, but they could have had a mediocre draw. So what do we got? Alright, this hand's a quick keep. We have 2 lands and we have a search. Can't think of a time that I've ever mulliganed a 2 land search hand in my life. Don't think I'm going to start now. Think this card's that powerful. It's certainly my favorite card in Standard. One of my favorite cards of all time, to be honest. Really impressed by the cycling, or these flip set or whatever you call them. Torrential Gearhulk to the graveyard, unfortunately. But as you can see, we're light on land again, so. Hey, Don, what's up, man? Hope you're having a good day. But not a great day, because there can only be so much happiness in the world. I'm kidding. I hope you're having a great day. Always yes, always yield. Give me my card. Not a land? Hey, Land Central. I think we'll keep that land. Which is unfortunate because that shuts the Search for Azcanta off an entire turn, but feel like we're going to need these Fumigates this game. Get settled. Almost still has 6 cards in hand. He did not get an island, so I feel like the Faded Pools was just for cycling now. Hope he plays a non-scrap heap Scrounger. Nice. So, send turn to graveyard, yes. Draw our card, play our land, cast our Fumigate. It's kind of paint by numbers at this point. Next turn we can flip that guaranteed if we cycle this. So depending on what he does on his turn, whether we decide something like that's relevant. Oh, can't get it guaranteed, I guess. We've been told, man. Can cast out it though, or settle it. Depends on if he does anything. So yeah, I think those are just cycling. Or maybe there's like a random island in his hand that he's just sandbagging for a while. If he doesn't attack, well, I will cast out this. I want that card. But I'd rather use this. Don't know if he's playing like Gideon's or like his Ixalan's Bindings or something. So I kind of want to save the cast out. Plane's definitely going to the graveyard. And Plane's definitely getting drawn. But we have a flip Search for Azcanta now, so as long as we can afford or dodge Field of Runes, I feel like we are ready to party. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. And we have a Search for Azcanta and no cards. I don't know how we got behind on cards this game. Like, we 2-for-1'd him several times. Nice, man. Congrats. Hope you really enjoy it. Where'd you order it from? TCG Player, I guess? They had pretty good sales. What do we got here? A cast out that I can never play again because of the Ixalan's Binding or a Fumigate. I guess we'll take the Fumigate. Could have took the cast out because it cycled, I guess. What do we got here? Renewed Faith and a Censor. I guess we'll take the Renewed Faith then. Let's go ahead and cycle it. There's enough 3-drops in our deck that it feels like it's okay. We can hit the 1 Sarcophagus or the 4, or one of the 4 Drakehavens. And if he's got a binding for the Drakehaven, that's going to be bad. Like, won't be backbreaking, but it'll be bad. It'll be bad to the bone. There's another search for Azcanta. Let's just go ahead and play that. So we got this Torrential Gearhulk here. Probably going to use it to get a settle back. Yeah, their direct pricing is a little expensive. My friend just got approved to sell via direct today. He's getting 25 cents for basic lands, like a quarter per basic land. It's insane. Alright, so opponent's done when the Torrential Gearhulk comes to party hardy. Alright, so we saw a little bit more about their deck, and we saw just really nothing. Kind of want this card now, which we already kind of wanted it, but like now I really want it. I have no idea what we would sideboard out though. Guess we're bringing in a Cycler. We can get rid of a Cycler? Let's just run it back. So this decides whether we are a big winner or a medium winner. And by medium winner, I mean whether we're a medium winner or basically a loser. So round 5, game 3. Fight. I feel like we're probably favored in this match. So they chose to play first. They kept their hand. Our hand's very medium, but I believe we have to keep it. Nope, 100% agree with you. I'm not a big fan of the TCG Direct either. I mean, I guess it serves its purpose. You can get it all from one player, and you can feel less scammed about things, but it's not for Ray. For those who don't know, I'm Ray. Hi. I guess if he casts a Duress, I'm supposed to cycle. He's not going to take a Drakehaven with just one Cycler in our hand. Almost want to cycle anyway. Uh-oh. So game 1, mulligan a bunch, no lands. Game 2, draw infinite lands? Or game 3, draw infinite lands. Still in pretty reasonable shape, I think. So here's the Duress that we know we had last turn. So he gets to choose between the Cast Out and the Drakehaven. We'll most likely take the Drakehaven, or sorry, the Cast Out. The one that can actually kill a creature. And we're now on a 3-turn clock. If he has Ixalan's Binding, that's pretty bad for us as well. We might try to cast this Drakehaven next turn just to get past an Ixalan's Binding. And we're now on a 2-turn clock. That's not good. Not real pleased to be on the 2-turn clock here. Can draw a Settle though. Settle's pretty good. That's not a Settle. That's just another land. That's 11 damage, by the way, and we're dead. We didn't draw a spell this game. He didn't exert, and we're still alive. Oh my gosh. Why didn't he exert? Oh, it doesn't matter, because we still just didn't draw a land this game. Or didn't draw a spell this game. That's a little disappointing. We didn't get to play game 1 or game 3. But it happens. Feel like we are a very heavy favorite in this match.
And the other deck we lost to, it's not letting us draw our cards. Alright, who cares? So we lost to Mono Red. We beat a Mono Red deck. We lost to the Black White aggro deck. We beat Sultai. And round 1, what did I beat? I don't remember what I beat round 1. The Grixis mid-range deck. So, pretty easily beat the 2 mid-range decks. Went 1-1 versus the red decks and then got crushed by an aggro deck. But you saw the type of draws we had versus that aggro deck. So, I mean, I don't really count that. I feel like that match would be hard to lose. It's a match that I, feel pretty comfortable playing all the time. But anyway, let's see who we're going to host tonight. Looks like Sparrows is playing standard. It looks like it's Sparrows. Yeah, we'll throw Sparrows to host tonight. Also, Ben Friedman streaming Modern. For those of you who like Modern, I highly suggest him. But congratulations on your deck coming tonight, or coming tomorrow. I hope you really enjoy it. Thank you very much, Flame Guts, for the subscription. And we're going to hop out of here, and we'll do our best to be back tomorrow as always. And I'll be posting a video here in a little while of Red Black Aggro. I'm not sure how long it actually takes to upload, but take care, everybody, and I appreciate you guys all coming out. And go watch you some God Pharaoh's Gift if you want. Take care.